Welcome back. So our deep dive today, it centers on a really extraordinary case involving police officers Sophie Clement and her canine partner, Max.
Right.
We're looking at this huge conspiracy. It starts at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, CDG, and ends up in an ICU in Bordeaux. Quite the journey.
It really is. And Sophie, she gets shot during what seems like a standard drug bust initially. But Max, her Belgian Malinois partner, he knew something else was wrong. Terribly wrong.
Our sources indicate Max was basically the only one who realized the danger hadn't passed, not even in the hospital.
Exactly. And this is where it gets intense. The core takeaway, isn't just about a police officer being targeted. It's why.
Go on.
The moment Max picked up that scent again in the hospital, the whole thing shifted. This wasn't just drugs Sophie stumbled onto at the airport.
What was it then?
Biological weapons. That's what our sources confirm she found.
Biological weapons. Okay, that completely changes the stakes. That explains the intensity of what happened next.
Absolutely. The desperation to silence her makes perfect sense then.
All right, let's track Max's role here. Sophie's partner, Marc Dubois, he brings Max to the Saint-André Hospital ICU. What happens?
Well, Max immediately gets agitated, really distressed, and he's focused on this one guy, a Dr. Moreau, who's messing with Sophie's the V-line.
But he wasn't a doctor.
Not at all. Max didn't know that, of course. What he did know was the smell.
The smell?
Yeah. The source material mentions a strong chemical odor, always a bad sign. Max smelled that same distinct odor on this fake doctor's coat.
Wait, the same smell from the airport incident? Like 12 hours earlier?
Precisely. That's the incredible part. He connected the dots. Airport crime scene smell, hospital room threat. He essentially bridged that massive intelligence gap.
Which the humans completely missed. Security, medical staff, nobody else saw it.
Well, almost nobody. There was an ICU resident, Dr. Leah Bernard. She was crucial.
Oh, so.
She actually noticed Max's very alarming behavior. And importantly, she confirmed the guy, Moreau, wasn't hospital staff. She trusted the dog's instincts.
That's huge. So what did the imposter actually try to do?
He was trying to kill her. Quietly. Jacques Leroy was his real name, actually a healthcare assistant from somewhere else. He was upping her sedatives.
To induce a coma.
A fatal one, yes, to silence her for good. But Max didn't let him.
He stalked him.
Physically stopped him, tackled him right in the service elevator as Leroy tried to escape. Max literally saved her life right there.
Incredible. But it didn't end there, did it? The threat just ramped up.
No, it escalated significantly, which again points to how high the stakes were with those biological weapons. They couldn't afford for her to talk.
So another attempt?
Yes. A second attacker, this time disguised as a nurse. And get this, carrying a syringe with a clear liquid poison. Very direct.
And these attackers, Leroy and the fake nurse, they weren't lone wolves.
Far from it. The investigation linked them both to an unnamed private security firm, basically ex-military mercenaries.
Mercenaries hired to kill a police officer inside a hospital. It sounds like something out of a movie.
But it gets even more extreme. Their desperation peaked. There was a targeted explosion.
An explosion at the hospital.
Yes, clearly designed to cause chaos, force an evacuation. And in that confusion, armed mercenaries tried to make a final assault on Sophie.
Full-on assault team. They were willing to go that far, risk that much collateral damage.
It shows you how vital it was for them that Sophie Clement never woke up to reveal what she knew about those weapons.
Which brings us to the really disturbing part, the corruption. How does something like biological weapons get moved through a major airport? How do mercenaries get into an ICU?
Well, when Sophie finally recovered enough to speak, she confirmed it. The operation had inside help.
Corrupt police,
Yeah.
security agents.
Both. They had ensured safe routes, cleared paths. The conspiracy reached right into their own police force. It was systemic.
So Max was effectively the only incorruptible element in that initial chain of events.
You could say that, yeah. His instincts were the only thing cutting through the human betrayal and failure.
And eventually, based on Max's alerts and Sophie's information, they were able to make arrests.
Yes, the key players were apprehended, although cleaning up that kind of internal rot, that takes time.
And Max. What happened to him?
He received the highest distinction possible for a canine unit, deservedly so. He saved his partner's life multiple times through sheer instinct.
It really is an incredible story. It all hinges on Max's ability to connect that scent, that one piece of sensory data, across totally different environments, from a chaotic airport scene to a sterile ICU room. Human systems failed, but his instincts didn't.
He was her guardian angel, truly.
So thinking about this, the question we want to leave you with is this. in these complex plots, with high-value secrets, biological weapons, deep internal corruption. When our human systems and checks inevitably fail, does that purest form of instinct like Max's become the only truly reliable safeguard? And maybe more importantly, how do you even begin to audit for that kind of systemic corruption before it's too late? Something to consider.